days a week. It's just, hopefully I'm going to remember everything I just heard there. You can have people who do the 5 days a week. And sometimes you have like the 6 to 7 days. Not being a 7 days because let's just say our bodies are not meant to not have a rest day. But some people are crazy, so I used to train a lady. I seriously saw her every day. It wasn't personal training, I shouldn't say that. She would favor me. So 3 days. Technically each of these they have different ways of doing it. It really depends on your days. This I like to think of days because everybody has different availability. So you got to factor into that. So it's not that you can't work on those goals and have to do a certain amount of days technically. It's going to change it up though. So with 3 days, 9 times out of 10, you're doing pretty much like a full body. One way of doing it, full body every time you do it. We get into specifics in a little bit. So some people will go full body, some people will do one full body, and then one upper, and then one lower. Others, this is kind of like the main 3 that's kind of used. Full, cardio, full. Or again, if somebody's goal was different, they would just switch it. They do 2 cardio, 1 full. I tend to think that you should do more of a resistance training over cardio. And cardio being a generalistic word of cardio, a lovely perimeter of our place. So you can technically hit your cardiovascular system with resistance training. 4 days a week. This is where you can potentially have 2 upper and 2 lower. That's typically most of the time what people will do when they do 4 days. Some will try and break it off and do body part specific, so they'll do, I'm trying to think of the easiest way of writing this.
Over legs.
Yep, I was about to say, yeah. So, I'm just going to make this simple. So, 2 body parts. That's supposed to be an E, but oh, whatever. Each day, and there's a variety of ways of doing that. Some people do that. 5 days is when people can potentially, now we're doing possibly splitting up your body and actually doing, focusing on a body part each day. There's not really using multiple different ways. I know it sounds like wow, there's that many ways, but not really necessarily a bad way of doing it when it comes to these. So 1 part each day. Some will do lower, upper. You're like, wait, what? There's 5 days. They'll run out, right? Yeah. Reason why is because they'll hit their lower body 3 times. Or I want to try and do this again here. Lower, upper, full. Or some people put the full first. 7 days or 6 days, again, people will split it up and do 1 part each day, meaning at some point they're going to hit the same thing again. Or they'll do 2 parts and again potentially hit those things multiple times. And then you have those who, because they'll do 6, they'll do lower, upper, lower, upper, lower, and then upper. And that's pretty much what they'll do. And then again, you can easily put in cardio in there. Some people do a cardio full on day, they'll separate everything and they'll do cardio, lower, upper, cardio, lower, upper. There's a variety of ways that people would do it. Some ways are not realistic, let's just be honest. Who has 6 or 7 days? Yeah. That's all, unless somebody in here is retired. Then hey, awesome job for you. Normally that's not the case. It also depends on how long you're working out. But I'm going to use this as an example, so you have an hour. We're just going to use that as an example. There's reasons to go longer. There's